I'm hearing they didn't see another way. This doesn't mean you give them a pass, doesn't mean you keep taking the hits. Uh, it does mean that you're up for the task. I am getting the sense that the divine trusted you with these karmic conditions, these soul contracts, and the gifts that you have and the elevation you're about to receive, because they know that you weren't going to use your gifts for greed. They knew that you weren't going to abuse your power. In fact, you might allow others to take advantage of you, but something's flipping to where you're standing in your strength. You're standing in your strength. And I'm hearing you were the one for the job. Like, it's like you are the one that person wanted to marry. You're the one who is getting the promotion. You're the one that deserves the seat at the head of the table. Something like that. I was getting another set of messages yesterday, so I'll just go through that. I feel like they kind of go together. I was getting the sense that they envy. They envied you, and they tried to create a world that they could control. And in trying to control the scenario, control hearing output, control what you do, control their environment, whatever it is, they end up boxing themselves in. So there was like a backlash to that. And now they don't see a way out. And they see you as like footloose and fancy free because you're upholding your divine honor. Okay? They're realizing that your path is filled with emotional turmoil. So while they might have envied you in the beginning, they're starting to realize just the light that you're able to hold, or the darkness you're able to transmute, and you do so with grace and ease. They understand that your life isn't an easy road. So it's like they're having, like, I'm hearing come to Jesus moment. They're having a moment. They're having a moment. It could be a breakthrough, something like that. And the divine wants me to reassure you that you can't fail. Like, imagine that they have aligned your path in a way that you can't fail. And this came through thinking about trails, hiking. Like, yeah, depending on like what kind of terrain you're on, you do have to take safety precautions, but for the most part, they're kind of set up so that you can't fail. And the divine kind of wants to reassure you that your life and the set of circumstances, that like the doors, the pathways that are opening to you, that you can't fail, and you're meant to lead, and you're meant to continue to proceed. And I feel like two pathways are coming together. This feels like two energies that are like simultaneously coming together, this merging of energies. And this is going to feel very new to you because you're used to everything coming through you. You're used to possibly feeling burnout. You're used to people siphoning from you, whatever it is. It's like I'm seeing Forrest Gump and Bubba when they like sit back to back so they don't have to have their heads in the mud. There's something like that, to where now someone in the material, someone in your world has your back, and it's like total game changer. And it might feel very foreign to you, but you're not meant to feel afraid of this change. They were telling me, like, breathe, you will succeed. They want you to continue to turn up the volume, as in your frequency, and focus your attention, because I'm hearing grappling. People might be trying to like try to attach back to you, or energies, parasites might try to attach back to you, but I feel like you've leveled up, and all it is maintaining your mental focus so that they don't have a source of supply through you, whether it is the way you think, the emotions that you take on. So your spiritual hygiene is very important. Your protection is very important at this time. They want you to keep your head up. And yes, it's deep. Like what you're feeling, what you're sensing, what you're transmuting, it's very deep, but you're meant to remain light. They don't want you to be afraid of this change that's coming in. You could think of it more of like the first day of school energy. I'm seeing Nemo in the first day of school. They could have put energies on your path to kind of push you along to start on this new journey, or this leveling up. I'm hearing transference. I was also getting that your internal compass has been recalibrated or is being recalibrated, which is why you might need more rest, more water, might take some like baths, foot soak, something like that, do some grounding, earthing, whatever it is. And you are a source of energy and light for many. I don't think you realize just how much you uplift the energetic space, how much you uplift those around you. And I think it's because you keep growing, you keep glowing, like you keep stepping up to the task. Whatever it is for you, you just keep leveling up. So I feel like there's going to be like a major glow up or this like combining of energies so that you have support. And again, not to be afraid of these changes. They're going to give you the signs and synchronicities you need for this reassurance. You're the one for the job. You're the one that can crack the code. You're the one that can solve the case. You might... It did come up in a recent reading, the idea of you being a gatekeeper, the experiences people have with you, through you. Part of me wants to fan this out. Part of me doesn't. I mean, just go back to this idea that you can do no wrong. Like, the divine is setting you up for success. Adventure. You've mastered something. So people might disagree with the life you live. You might be like on the fringe. You might be like there could be something beyond the social norm, or you could be breaking some sort of structure, breaking some sort of karmic conditioning to where people are like, oh. And I think this is where the envy comes in, because it takes strength and courage to break that mold. It takes strength and courage to say, I'm breaking this cycle, especially if like it's in the toxic family dynamic, because that means what? You have to change those around you. If you are leveling up and breaking free of addiction, let's say it's drinking, well, maybe you spent your nights at the bar and now that has to change. Whatever it is, it's like the change that you decide to make mentally changes your physical environment and those that surround you. And those that surround you weren't up to the task, and you very much were or are. Heartbreak, I feel like your heartbreak could have been like what allowed you to manifest. It's like you didn't let your heartbreak make you cold. It's like you used whatever came towards you for good, and there's like aimless characters around you that just wanted to like gossip, something like that. They wanted you to cook for them. They wanted you to clean up after them. But they weren't willing to like take care of you when you were sick, something like that. Whatever cycle that was, like, is done, and you've transformed. You were overextended, and the divine's like, they're not going to let it happen, but you had to make the choice to change it. You had to make the choice, and you had to master yourself. Because you had to, let's say it's a workplace, you had to learn to like go look for a new job and start over. There's something you had to learn within yourself. This could be setting boundaries, stopping like the people-pleasing cycle. People are in regret. People are in regret. Just fucking function. So if you're feeling any sense of hopelessness, you were able to function in the midst of all this chaos, this drama, this gossip, this spiritual warfare, this toxic overload. And you were able, it's kind of like that dandelion or that plant that grows like out of nowhere. It's like in the concrete, sometimes you just see this dandelion growing. Or yesterday I saw like a tree growing out like the side of a building. It's like you grow where you're planted, and the divine says, okay, I'm going to transplant you where you can thrive. And others feel hopeless because now they got to stand on their own 2 feet, and they used you for their good. They're hopeless because their gaslighting didn't work anymore. Perspective shift. They use your insecurities against you. There's some sort of flip of their insecurities projected onto you, and it worked because of your wounds, that Three of Swords energy that we saw. And that's not working anymore. Unpaid debt. The divine is pouring back into you. And you're moving on from something, someone. This could be a physical move. I don't feel like this is a lateral shift in the workplace. I feel like this is like a promotion in the workplace. There's something in your immediate environment that is changing because you decided to let it be so. You decided to accept the blessings. You decided to transmute the energies. You took misfortune and made magic. You dive deep into, like, you didn't overindulge. Like, whatever it is was presented to you. Let's say there was a test. Let's say that someone wanted to tempt you to take you off your path. Cheshire Cat energy. There's this movie I watched with my kid. It was like one of those teen pop movies, but it was like they went to Vegas and then like they forgot their mission because they were like stuck in the casino, like, and the food they're feeding them was disrupting their nervous system. Whatever it is, it's like whatever it is someone tempted you with, whatever cycle got like handed to you on a silver platter, you didn't let it get you down for long. You learned from it and you got stronger and wiser here. Some immature energies around you. Maybe they wanted to sway you, but you cleared your mind. You got your head on straight, yo. I usually talk like that. Someone wanted to possess you for themselves. It's kind of like that. It always cracks me when I get like movie images that come to mind because I don't remember the movies, and I really like now. I definitely don't watch TV, but I never been big into TV or movies. You know when is that movies that we Lord of the Rings where he's got the ring and he's like they let that energy feed and fester into this like devilish energy, and you didn't let that happen to you. This is law, or this is like universal law and order. You had to go in and see for yourself to feel the light. Your karmic retribution. You weren't going to be a martyr. The divine did not set it up for you to be a martyr. They weren't going to hang you out to dry. They were going to elevate you to see your strength within yourself. And it was a process. And you're moving from it. You had to make the decision. And you didn't let your ego get in the way. You could be very humble. But you could have been dealing with a lot of egos on your path. I said done. I don't know Scooby-Doo too much. That was relevant. It does feel like you cracking the code, you being the one up for the job. You're the one that can make it happen. No matter where you're at, you grow where you're planted, but you're about to be transplanted so that you can thrive. I'm seeing the gardens. What is that? Garden. Pennsylvania. What is it called? Longwood Garden. Seeing that. All right. There was an injustice, but it's not going to hold you back. It's kind of like this slingshot energy where you felt like you were taking like steps back, being held back from some sort of blessing, but instead it's like they pulled you back for you to look in, reevaluate, adjust, and now they're elevating you. Glow up vibes. Tulips or violets, edible arrangements, or this idea of like edible flowers, like the little glaze of sugar. Could be a natural way of decorating, a natural way of being, seeing, believing. They thought they could pick on you. So you're dealing with some like bullies in the workplace. Someone trying to bulldoze you. I feel like you had bullies in the family system. It's like people that just didn't know what it meant to be nice. And the way that they felt good about themselves is you being in chaos. The way they felt good about themselves is by you staying down, staying low. They can't keep you down anymore. So there's this complete shift in all things. Once that clicked in your brain, and once they know you know, and once they really, like they have no hold on you. This is that you have no power over me energy from like the labyrinth, that one line that she couldn't remember that she remembered. It's like something like all systems go, something clicked in your brain, like a circuit board, everything kind of got into place. Could have spoke up for yourself, spoke something into existence, and you planted seeds that are going to grow and that feel good, right? But you're not overindulging. I don't know much about donuts. And they bring donuts to work all the time. And like sometimes I'm like, man, I wonder, because I can't have gluten. I wonder like what it would be to like put like the day old donut instead of like microwaving it 5 seconds to like put it in the waffle maker and then put like a scoop of ice cream on it. Oh, I bet you that'd be good. The gateway's open. So there could be something about like you working with a transit. I also feel like if we look back in history and whatever like revolutions are taking place with humanity, with the transits that are taking place now, and where you're choosing to evolve or how you're leading this evolution, there's some sort of like synchronistic timeline from past to present beyond you in this lifetime, if that makes sense. You got this. You got this. All right, I'm going to leave it here because this feels really good. Which is, you just listen up. Listen up. The divine's going to give you what you need. The divine's going to give you what you need. All right? You're liberated from some sort of circumstance that someone tried to shackle you in, and the divine is like it's like some sort of scenario was set up where someone tried to like imprison you. This could be a mental, emotional imprisonment. This could be abuse cycles. And it's like there are these cast of characters that held you back, and there's other cast of characters that on the DL like helped you escape, helped you evolve. And that's part of your mission. Part of their mission was to help you evolve and proceed on their path. Like we all played a part in this puzzle that's coming together to make this beautiful arrangement, this beautiful image. There will be a sense of security that comes in. So where there was a lackluster feeling emotionally, where there was this sense of pity or it feels like tons of pitfall, you're going to be inspired, but I think you're also inspiring many others. So this is this liberation moment for you energetically, emotionally, karmically, is like holding a torch for others. Let it be so. So I do think it's time to speak it into existence. You will receive the support you need. And I was seeing this card while I was talking to you. Not holding back your emotions. Or maybe you're not micromanaging your emotions, but you're letting your emotions teach you what you need and allowing yourself to be vulnerable, because you're not going to be around those characters that are using your emotions or using your past, using your storyline against you. You have free will. Please only take what resonates. Sending you lots of light and love your way.